So I've already kind of started doing the oil change on the truck, but mainly what I do before I drain the oil is I always open up the oil cap. Then I go ahead and I remove the oil dipstick. For my truck, it's always on the driver's side. This one's not labeled, but the transmission one is. So as you can see here, this one is the transmission dipstick. It is yellow, but it also says trans fluid. So that's how you know the difference between the two. So as I crawl under the truck here from the driver's side, you can see that this is our drain plug for the oil. It's a 16 millimeter drain plug. So you go ahead and take that out and let it drain all the oil until it's dry, and then you just snug it back up. I don't have any torque specs specifically, but just make sure it's nice and snug. So now towards the front of the truck, still on the driver's side, you can see here that this is the area where the oil filter is. Right now I do have it unplugged or screwed off, so that way it's draining fluid. But a pro tip here is this little green little contraption. It's called a form of funnel, so you can manipulate it just so that way it doesn't make a mess. And you may or may not see here that it's actually dripping onto my oil pan. So if you don't have one of these for a pickup truck, specifically this F150, I recommend you get one because it's 100% worth it. So Walmart didn't have Motorcraft, and they usually do, but for my pickup it's the Motorcraft part number FL820S. So I went ahead and I picked up the mobile one, which is compatible also, part number M1-210A. Just make sure that you take the plastic cover off here. So I went ahead and I lubed up the little rubber gasket, as you can see, where it's all nice and shiny, and it goes right there. So when you're putting this on, just make sure that you are able to screw it on by hand, so that way you don't cross thread it and create a headache. But when it comes to tightening it, just hand tighten it. Of course, make sure that your mating surface, which is where that gasket meets the rest of the engine, and just give it a nice little hand tighten. It doesn't have to be crazy, don't get all crazy with it, but just nice and snug, and that's exactly how it should fit. Pretty much it underneath. I like to use 5W30 full synthetic, and this is the funnel that I like to use because it's just easier to fill it. My truck takes about 6 quarts, but the tell-all will always be your dipstick, so make sure you check that.